Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video on Gran Turismo 7. I am back with the latest 2 million credit guide to help you earn 2 million credits as quickly as possible by achieving the goal time that is required on the time trial. So you're wondering what track we are at? We're at Catalunya. It's the GP layout, it's with the chicane at the end, and we are in Group 3. Now you can use any Group 3 car that you choose to use, and also we are racing on racing medium tyres. I've done this in the Porsche, as you can see there, because I think the Porsche is going to be the car preferred by a lot of people. It's nice to drive, it's good on this track. I think it might be very close to getting the fastest time by the end of the week. It's really nice around here, so yeah, give the Porsche a go. Very solid car around here. But yeah, if you do enjoy these videos, do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section how you've enjoyed it. We're getting very close to 60k subs, so I'll be very grateful to anyone that takes the time to hit that like button and subscribe. It all helps me out and it all pushes us towards that 60k. So yeah, if you are new to Gran Turismo 7, to enter these time trials, you simply go into the main menu, sport menu on the top right hand corner, click on that. You will be greeted with the online time trial section. You're going to click onto there and you'll have free time trials. I have guides for all these time trials on the channel right now, so simply click into the 2 million credit playlist time trial and you can access whichever one you need help on. Now this one, we are currently at Catalunya. You see, I've managed to get myself into P3 in the world, and my prediction for the gold by the end of the week is going to be around the 1 minute 46.2. So you want to get your time quicker than that by the end. Don't worry about what it says now. It's what it is at the end of the 2 weeks, and that's the time I predict. So yeah, if you do want to challenge my Ghost, you can simply load my Ghost up from the menu inside the time trial. You can see I'm in the top 10, I'm P3 in the world, and like I say, it's not the best lap I did, to be honest, with this Porsche, so I do think this Porsche's got a fair bit more potential. But let's get on with this guide and try and help you get them credits as quickly and as easily as possible. So I'm chasing Consta's Ghost in front of us there. He's using the Ferrari, I'm in the Porsche. We're going to use the hazard warning sign there, the black board you can see there, which shows you the yellow and blue flags in the race. We're going to use that as our braking reference, braking just almost dead on with that board there, so that's an ideal braking zone. And we're going to keep the car in a straight line until we're going to start rotating it in with the trail braking. So we're going to start that trail braking going into the corner, and you want to get this car up onto the curb, so keep an eye on that trail braking. Then look at the right hand tires. You can see Consta as well over the green part of the Astro, and the middle of the car goes over the sausage curb there, and that allows you to take it nice and smooth. Now left hand tire up onto the curb, and you're going to see again, you're kind of aiming for that sausage curb. Just try and hit it at the right angle and you won't get on balance too much. And then into this next right hand corner, it's all about just lifting off the throttle really through here. So a tiny bit of braking going in just to put the weight onto the front of the car and help with that rotation. And then it's just about being patient on that throttle all the way through here. It's just pure patience. I could have gone a little bit earlier on the throttle there. I was a little bit too delayed on that. You can see I've got loads of space left on the left hand side of the track, so yeah, definitely could have been more aggressive on that part. Next braking zone, we're using this polyphony board above us there as a reference, braking just before it. So you want to brake before that. Now start turning in. You can see you want to get this car rotating into this corner because you want to try and hog the curb on the right hand side. So down to second gear, trail brake it, and again, see how we're going to try and hog the inside of the curb and then get on the power and slightly miss the apex there. So you really want to be a bit closer to the curb so you can get on that power a bit earlier. So maybe half a tenth lost on that corner. Now into the next braking zone, you can see on the right hand side you do have that little green square that you can use as a braking reference. I tend to do it by the revs on the car and the distance that I'm seeing before I see the apex. So yeah, you can do either way. You can see at the end of third gear there, I'm on the brakes. And now we're going to go into this left-hand corner. So you can see again, keeping it to the right, then squaring it off down to first gear, let the car rotate, and then back up to second gear before I'm putting that throttle down to get a nice smooth exit from this corner. Run a little bit wide there. That's going to make the rear go slightly loose. And again, maybe a fraction of a second lost on that corner, but not too bad overall. Now into the next braking zone, you can see the start of the curb on the right-hand side. I'm going to brake just before that. I'm going to go down to second gear. Now we're going to rotate this car in and get that left-hand tyre up onto the curb. So as we come through here, left-hand tyre is going to go up onto the curb and back onto the throttle instantly to try and get as much speed up this hill as possible. Be careful your left-hand tyre doesn't go over the curb on that right-hand side there. If you do, you're going to pick up a penalty. And now we're going into this fast right, which we're going to use the end of the curb there as a reference for the braking. You can just see where the white ends, that's a reference for the braking. Rotate it in, let the car rotate, and then as soon as you feel confident with that throttle, the Porsche loves to rotate through this corner. It's going to be super aggressive. use as much of the track as you can on the exit. Just be careful your right hand tire doesn't go over the curb, or again that could be a penalty. Next braking zone, there should be a hazard sign there for the blue and yellow flags, but it's missing. But the pole is still there, so you can use that as your reference for your braking. Pretty much dead level with that pole. And then again, keep the car to the right hand side because we're going to rotate it in, and you want to get the car as squared off as possible so that the traction zone is as easy as possible in terms of putting that power down. So down to first gear, gradually feed that throttle in. You can see that I'm not just going to go 100% throttle, we're going to gradually feed it in and now accelerate up this hill. Again, left hand tire over the curb on the left there, use a bit of the Astro. And then at the end of the curb, you can see the end of the white curb, we're going to almost draw an imaginary line. We're going to brake pretty much dead on that point there. And now we're going to go down into second gear for this right hand corner. Again, you want to try and hug the curb. Don't let the car go out wide. Keep it to the as close as you can to the curb on the right hand side. Feed the power through gently. Again, you can see I'm not putting 100% throttle in. We're using a lot of 70-80% throttle before we feel confident on that throttle. Now into the next braking zone, you can use this tyre mark as a reference. I tend to do it more by line of sight for my braking into this corner, but you do have that tyre mark that you can use on the floor. And again, it's all about getting that right hand tyre up onto the curb as you come through here. So trail braking in, right hand tyre up onto the curb. Now let the car rotate with a bit of power and then try and get the car over to the right hand side of the track. Now I had lost the rear slightly there, so I'm compromised on my entry. You can see braking just before the shadow on the floor there, but you can see I would have rather come from a slightly wider line, but I do manage to get it slowed down, rotated in, and you can see I'm almost following the same line as Consta there, straight over the middle of that sausage curb. You've got to get it right over the middle there, and if you get it right, again, the exit of this corner right over the middle part of the curb, onto the throttle early. You can see that throttle input there, off the throttle, then back onto the throttle, so that you can really carry the speed all the way out this exit. Now this is completely flat out through this final corner. Just use a bit of the Astro on the left there if you feel like you're going to need to. Just be careful you don't go too far wide because you can pick up a penalty. And it's a 144.2, which is a reasonable lap. It's not the greatest lap you're ever going to see. I think this Porsche will easily, I think I could get a 43.6 or 7 out of it if we were to really push it. It feels like it's got a lot more potential in it. So yeah, give the Porsche a go. I think you'll enjoy driving it around here. So again, watching it from chase camera with the kilometers now on, you can see about how we attack these curbs. You can see over the right hand side, again, left hand tire up onto the curb. And again, this corner, it's all about patience, but you can see maybe I was a little bit too patient before I put that throttle back down 100%. Could have been a little bit more aggressive because look, we're not even getting close to the edge of the track there. We had loads of space to really push a little bit more. So again, this right hand corner, slightly missed the apex. You can see there was a bit of a gap there. Could have got that a little bit better, but did square it off reasonable. So maybe half a tenth lost on that corner, and then into the braking zone. Down to first gear, got it rotated really nice up onto the curb, lost the rear slightly on the exit there. You can see nothing too bad though, probably not that much lost on that corner because it's still got good exit speed. And again through here, quite nicely done through here on that throttle, really aggressive. Use the curb up the hill now and then into this right hand corner. I think I nailed this reasonably well, got it up onto the curb, got onto the throttle nice and early, used the width of the track, and then into the next braking zone, which you're going to see on the right hand side. So again, you're using that pole, which normally has the blue and yellow flag sign on it, but it's missing for time trial. But that is what we use for that reference. Again, squaring it off, you can see how we squared it off to get that throttle down nice and easy. And again, keeping it nice and tight to this curb. You can see how I'm really hugging the curb on the inside. That's to give you more ability to get on the throttle when you get onto the exit of the corner. Again, you're going to see that little loss of the rear I got there. Had to correct it, kind of had to narrow the angle into the corner here. So maybe lost a tenth or two through the chicane, but if you nail that chicane, there's so much time to gain. If you get it right and push the limits with the track limits, you can gain 2 tenths on that chicane just by a bit of luck, to be honest. So yeah, feel free to really attack that if you're struggling to get the gold, because there will be a lot of time to be found on that chicane. But yeah, if you do enjoy these videos, it's helped you out, subscribe to the channel. Let's get ourselves up to 60k. And also hit that like button. It all helps me out doing this full-time as a job. I'm very grateful. I'll see you all soon for more live streams and videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, everyone.